Hi, and welcome to an instructional video from MCN detailing best practices when working within the clean room. We'll pick up where we left off in the last video. You've just finished gowning up and you've entered the clean room. The clean room is separated into a series of bays and chases. The bays are labelled at signs at the end of each bay, and the chases are labelled on the door. The chases are a staff-only space that house pumps and various pieces of equipment to keep the machines running. There are 5 bays in the Class 10,000 clean room, and the number of each bay increases the further you get away from the gowning room. So now you know where to go for your first training. Consumables such as sample containers, wafers, chrome masks, gel packs, and tweezers are available from the clean room store. If you needed any items from the clean room store, place the order on ACLS. Show the order number to a staff member and they'll retrieve the items for you. Emergency exits can be found at the end of every bay within the Class 10,000 area. You can also evacuate through the gowning room. Safety showers and eye wash stations are found at the end of each bay and down the central corridor. Activate the shower by pulling the handle. Remove the caps for the eye wash station before pushing the tab. Fire extinguishers can be found by the entrance of the Class 10,000 clean room and the Class 10,000 to Class 100 linking corridor. EMO or emergency off switches are found at the end of each bay. Take a note of where these switches are so you're aware in the event of an emergency. Also, to avoid hitting the switch by accident. Gas detection alarms can be found on the ceiling of the clean room. If the lights are flashing, notify a process engineer. If an audible siren can be heard, evacuate the clean room. Trolleys are available for use throughout the Class 10,000 area. The trolleys are stored by the entrance of the clean room. If you use a trolley, please don't forget to return it. There are 2 clean room pass-through locations for safely bringing in samples from the PC2 and Biochem labs. The pass-through is designed so that both doors cannot be opened at the same time. To use the pass-through, ensure that the opposing door is shut, press the button to unlock the door, and then open the door. The diamond tools are equipped with flammable gas sensors to alert users of the presence of flammable gas. If the alarms sound, evacuate the area and contact a process engineer. Each bay inside the clean room has a phone. These are free to use to contact process engineers in the case of a tool or process issue. In the event of an emergency phone numbers and procedures can be found in the Monash University booklet located beside the phone. The contact information of all process engineers is also located beside the phone. First aid kits can be found hanging on the walls throughout the clean room. First aid kits are marked with signs visible from most areas in the clean room. First aiders at MCN are listed on the posters above the first aid kits. Alternatively, if in need, ask a staff member for help. The Class 10,000 clean room has 2 shared computers that anyone can use. Computers can be used to transfer data, email staff, and book equipment. Use of personal memory sticks is not allowed at MCN. Please make use of the sticks provided to transfer data to a shared PC. Please make sure to return the memory sticks after use. Material safety data sheets can be found at the end of each bay. MSDSs contain critical information about the chemicals that are used in each bay. Every tool or process present at MCN comes with a Standard Operating Procedure document, or SOP for short. The SOP consists of the detailed safe working instructions for the corresponding machine or process. At the front of each SOP is a risk assessment for the task at hand. After using a machine, it's always necessary to fill in the logbook. The logbook gives the process engineer important information about the daily runnings of the machine and the processes used. Rubbish bins are provided in every bay. Each bin will tell you exactly what can and cannot be put inside of it. Every tool has an appropriate work area for sample preparation. Chemistry is restricted to inside the fume hoods. Each fume hood is labelled with the materials and processes that can be used or conducted within. For hazardous processes, it is important to wear additional PPE. Overgowns, thicker gloves, and face shields can be found in Bay 3 and Bay 5. PPE that has been made available in an area for a specific task, such as etching, must be worn at all times. The additional PPE should not be worn outside of the designated areas. Glassware is available on shelves located in Bay 3 and Bay 5. HF specific plasticware is available in Bay 5. When working in a fume hood, make sure to set the sash at the correct height. Work 15 cm in from the edge and make sure not to cover the vents with cleanroom wipes. If you have started an experiment and for any reason you have to leave the area, experiment in progress labels can be found on the wall by the shared computer. Fill out the form with your details and the hazards and risks associated with your experiment. Place the label next to your experiment. This will inform others of what equipment or chemicals you are using and also stop your experiment from being cleared away. Designated waste containers are stored below the fume hood. Make sure that your waste is disposed of in the corresponding waste container. Waste containers are labelled with a fill line. If the line is reached while disposing of chemicals, please contact a process engineer before continuing. The process engineer will swap the full waste container for an empty one so that you can get back to work. Once you have completed your experiment or process, triple rinse the glassware and leave to dry on the appropriate glassware rack. MCN is a shared facility. Once you've finished using a fume hood or sample preparation area, make sure to clean and clear the area ready for the next user. Remember to put any items used back in their original places when finished. Spill kits are available wherever chemistry is performed. Neutralizer and absorber are available in buckets next to the fume hood. Neutralize the spill with a neutralizer, absorb the spill with the absorber, and then clean up the residue with the dustpan and brush. Dispose of the residue in the appropriate waste container. Alert a process engineer. Hazards should be reported within 24 hours of the event occurring. Events can be recorded online at monash.edu/OHS or by filling out a hazard reporting form available at the document station outside of the gowning room. Chemicals are stored in appropriate cabinets throughout the cleanroom. Acidic chemicals are found in the blue cabinets in Bay 3 and Bay 5. Flammable chemicals are stored in the yellow cabinets found in Bay 3 and Bay 5, and extremely hazardous goods such as HF are found in the black cabinet in Bay 5. Only authorized users are allowed to access the black cabinet. At the end of the Class 10,000 cleanroom, you'll find the Class 10,000 to Class 100 linking corridor. Inside the linking corridor, you'll find glove replenishments for times when gloves have been damaged or contaminated. Also inside the linking corridor is the entrance to Chase 6. Chase 6 is the only chase where users are permitted to enter. We have all at one point misplaced a sample. If this ever happens to you at MCN, any lost samples will be kept at the user sample S1 storage area in Chase 6. Samples will remain in the sorting area for a month, at which point they will be disposed of. An email will be sent around with pictures of every sample to give you one last chance to retrieve your sample before it is disposed of. The air shower must be used to enter the Class 100 cleanroom. Do not attempt to open the door to the air shower if the red light is illuminated. When ready, step into the air shower one at a time. and wait for the fans to stop and the red light to go out before exiting into the Class 100 cleanroom. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you at MCN soon.